Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and I'm so happy you're here today. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm sharing everything that I got during the Sephora VIB sale. I didn't go super crazy this time around. I did get a few new things though, and I really wanted to try them all out and share them with you guys, so I figured I would try them out on camera and we could do our makeup together. So if you're interested in what I bought during the Sephora VIB holiday sale, please keep watching and let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So I did get a few things from the Sephora sale. I didn't go crazy this time. But I did get a few new things, so I figured I would share with you what I got and we could just put our makeup on together. The first thing that I got is actually a primer, and this is kind of funny because I'm really not that big on primers. Not that I don't like them, I just have never thought that I found one that just did a whole lot for me other than like a glowy primer. I obviously love a glow to my face, so I do love a good glowy primer. But in terms of hydration or making my makeup last longer, I've just never really found one that I loved. Having said that, I wanted to try this. This is the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer. It's the Step 1 primer. This is number 4, the Nourishing primer. They have a few different versions of this. The reason I got this primer is one of my favorite makeup artists. She does not have a YouTube, but she has an Instagram, and I will put her name here and link her Instagram below. Her name's Melissa Herkman. You might have heard of her before, but this primer was on like her holy grail list for the Sephora sale, and I just love her makeup looks that she does on her Instagram, so I just felt that I needed to try this. So I've pumped some out on my hand. As you can see, it's kind of just, kind of feels like a lotion consistency. I feel like these Makeup Forever primers a while ago on YouTube, you saw them a lot. People talked about them a lot. But now I feel like I don't hear that many people talking about them. Not sure why. I guess Makeup Forever in general, I don't see that many people talking about. Okay, so this one feels really just like a lotion, to be honest. It feels, I would say, a tiny bit silicone-y, but not super, super silicone-y. But I definitely do feel a little bit of that kind of smoothing element that you get from dimethicone-based primers. It really just feels like a lightweight lotion, but it feels nice. So this primer is supposed to help your makeup go on seamlessly, optimize color and finish, and it's supposed to help your makeup last longer. So we will see. I don't know, like I said, I bought this because of Melissa Herkman. I just always want to try all of her recommendations. It does feel nice, for sure. I'm going to leave it for a few seconds to sit, and then I'll be back and we will move on. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some corrector. I did not get a new corrector, so I'm just going to use my Bobbi Brown in the shade Bisque. If you are around my skin tone and you have blue or purple tones under your eyes, this product is a game changer. It will totally brighten up under your eyes. It's absolutely insane, and a step in my makeup I just will never ever skip. And I'm just taking my ring finger and patting this in. Okay, next I did get, I got a new shade in a foundation that I already had because I like this foundation. I just always feel like the shade that I have, I just don't love it for me. So I decided to get a new one, and it's from one of my favorite brands, Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Light Wonder foundation. I have this already in the shade number 4, But like I said, I just always feel like that shade is not the best for me, so I find I don't use it that much for that reason. So I decided to get it in shade number 3. I see this foundation all over the Charlotte Tilbury Instagram with her makeup artists using this, and it just always looks so good on people. It's supposed to be a light to medium coverage, more of a radiant finish. It's supposed to be good for more mature skin also, and it also says it has SPF 15 in here. I'm almost positive that my first bottle of this did not say it had SPF, but maybe it does and I just never noticed. So I'm going to use this today. Yeah, as you can see, it says SPF 15 right here. I swear I've never noticed that before on this foundation. Sorry if the lighting is changing. The sun is out, but it keeps going behind the clouds, so it's probably going to shift back and forth throughout this video. But anyway, so here's the foundation. I'm going to start out with that much. It's very liquidy, as you can see. So I'm going to dot it on my face. I want to use my Bobbi Brown full cover face brush today. I've been really enjoying this again recently. I'm just going to start blending this in. I can already tell this is going to be a much better shade match for me than the shade number 4. Ah, the finish of this foundation, you guys. If you have a dry skin type, or you love that radiant glow but not too much glow, this is for you. Also, like I said, I would actually love to apply this foundation on my mom. In fact, I'm dying to have my mom in a video with me, but I'm having trouble convincing her to be in a video. But I feel like this foundation would look so pretty on somebody that's a little bit older. It just looks skin-like, and does it cover every single thing? No, but it looks so pretty and natural, and just an enhanced version of your skin, not covering everything up or trying to make you look like a different person. Just really nice natural finish and coverage. I mean, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I have some left on the back of my hand that I'm just gonna work onto my brush. I'm gonna bring some down my neck just to make sure everything matches. But, oh, okay, I'm so glad that I got this in another shade. This has been something on my list for the longest time. Every time I use my shade 4, I would always think, God, that is such a pretty foundation, but the shade was just slightly off. It was a little too, I think it's a little more pinky of an undertone, and I can wear it, but I just thought when I looked up swatches again that this one just looked like it would match me a little bit better, and it definitely does. But look how pretty this is. And I didn't put a glowy primer underneath. I put the Makeup Forever primer like you saw. And look how pretty. I love it. You can see my skin still shows through here. You can see my redness on my cheeks here. But we haven't used any concealer yet, and I just kind of wanted to do a light layer of this, but so happy with this purchase. Something else that I got has been on my list for a while, and it's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And this is the shade 2.3 or light 2.3 Madeleine, which is the shade I use in the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer that I love. And I feel like this is another product. People talk about loving this all the time. I've just never been a huge fan of pot correctors like this under my eyes. I just usually find they're a little too thick, especially if I have more of a cream corrector underneath like I do today. I have the Bobbi Brown one. But this concealer, one of the reasons I was so curious about it is this color matches me so well that I really wanted to have this as an option for not necessarily under my eyes, but for spot concealing on my face. I just think this would be a really good thing to have in my collection. First, what I'm going to do is I am going to take this little, let's see, actually, yeah, I'm going to take this brush. This is a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, but it's actually a really nice brush for concealer. It's a really good size. So I'm going to go directly into this concealer and get some on my brush. I think this is supposed to be pretty full coverage, but I've never used it, so I don't know. So I'm going to see how this builds up right here on my cheek area. So I'm just kind of, oh man, that's very full coverage. Okay, so I'm just kind of laying it down and then I'm just going to buff this out. Oh wow, that has really good coverage. Oh my goodness. So I'm just kind of tapping and buffing. Oh my. Look how much coverage that just gave me. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take some around my nose. Wow. Look how much coverage that just gave me. That is insane. Oh, but this, literally this concealer, the color just matches me so, so perfectly. I cannot get over it. I love it. So I'm going to get a little bit more on my brush and do the same thing on this side. First impression of this is this may be a game changer product. Oh, how freaking beautiful. Oh my goodness. You know what? This makes me really want to try, which I almost bought this during the sale. Let me know if you've tried it. The NARS Soft Matte Foundation that just came out. I'm not typically a matte foundation kind of person, but I have to say that I was intrigued by that one just because, I don't know, I've just, some of the videos I've seen of people using it, it just looks so pretty. And I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where if you put a really hydrating base underneath, it wouldn't be really, really matte. I don't know. So if you have tried the new NARS foundation, let me know what you think of it below, because I really was kind of considering buying it, mainly also because I really love all NARS complexion products that I've tried. I have the Radiant Creamy Concealer, which I love. I just got this, and I know I just got it, but first impression is I really like this. I have the Longwear Radiant Luminous Foundation I like, and I also have the Sheer Glow Foundation, which I also like. I love NARS Laguna Bronzer. I just have a lot of things from them that I really like. So I think I am going to try to take a little bit of this under my eyes and just see. I cannot believe this. Literally, I never love concealers in a pot like this under my eyes. I just typically feel like they are a little too drying. And something else interesting about this concealer is, I know it's called the Soft Matte, but I mean, it's definitely not luminous, but I wouldn't say that it's overly matte looking on my skin either. And I don't know if it's from the primer I had on underneath, but wow, that looks good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take my little damp e.l.f. sponge here and just kind of lightly pat over everything. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys know, if you're new here, you don't, but if you're not new here, you'll probably know probably my absolute favorite makeup product to try is concealer. I just love concealer. It's just, I don't know. I guess because I always have dark circles, I'm just fascinated by concealers. I don't know. I just love to try a new concealer. I don't know why. I cannot explain it, but I just love them. Okay, I'm gonna stop going on about this now. I know this is just the first time I've used this, but oh my goodness. Let's move on to a powder that I got, and this I got because of SMLXO, another recommended product from her. I get lots of recommended products from her. I love her videos. I think she's so pretty and just so down to earth. I really like her. I feel like I've tried to buy it numerous times, but every time I go to get it on Sephora, it's out of stock. Finally, I got it in stock. Tip, a lot of you probably know this, but if there's something on Sephora that you really want, but it's out of stock, make sure you put your email in where I think it just says notify me, and they will email you when it comes back in stock so you can try to get it if there's something you're wanting. So here is the packaging. That's what I did for this product. So here's the packaging. It has a little sifter thing in the middle. And I think this is just supposed to be a really thin, finely milled powder. I'm going to take about that much in the cap. I'm going to take this big Sigma F30 large powder brush. And I'm just going to sweep this pretty much just in the center of my face, and then kind of around my jawline. I take a little bit more. So I can tell this is a super finely milled powder. So I'm taking a little bit more and I'm gonna put this under my eyes. Since it's more of a cream consistency to that NARS concealer, I do just want to lightly set under there. I do like how this powder you can totally close off with this little sifter so you don't get all your product out in your container and make a mess everywhere. Okay, so let me zoom in. Okay, so here is a close-up of how my skin is looking. Powder, I do not see it on my face, which is my #1 thing with powder. I just don't like to look like I have powder on. But it looks very smooth. It's not clinging anywhere that I can see. And it just looks nice, guys. It looks nice. I do think it took down the radiance slightly, but not a ton. Which is fine. I didn't want to take down all the radiance from the foundation, but I am pleasantly surprised by this. Especially that concealer under the eyes. I cannot believe that. Wow, okay, so we're off to a really good start here. Let's move on to some bronzer. I did not pick up a new bronzer in the sale, so I'm just going to use this one. This is kind of a newer favorite bronzer for me. It's the Bare Minerals Endless Summer Bronzer in the shade Faux Tan. I got this at TJ Maxx, and if you saw a few weeks ago, I did a TJ Maxx and Marshall's makeup haul, and this was one of the things that I found there, and I am obsessed with this. I love this bronzer. It is the prettiest color. This, like I said, is the shade Faux Tan. So this would be good if you have a similar skin tone to me. They do make a darker color called Warmth that I also have. I like that one too. But this one is just such a pretty, natural looking bronzer. It's not too warm. It's not too cool. It's right in the middle. It actually kind of reminds me of my Milani Silky Matte bronzer that I always talk about how much I love. That's what it reminds me of. It's just a really, really beautiful, natural bronzer. Take some on my nose and down my neck. So if you see this at your TJ Maxx or Marshall's, it's, when I bought it, $9.99. This is 100%, in my opinion, worth $9.99. So if you see it and you need a new bronzer, or maybe you don't, you just kind of want one, this for $9.99, so good. I did get a new blush. Honestly, this really needs to be my last blush for quite a while because I don't know what's going on. I have just been on a blush kick lately. I just seem to be drawn to blush. I don't know what it is, so I got a new Charlotte Tilbury blush. These are her Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blushers, and I have two of these already. I have Pillow Talk and Ecstasy. Pillow Talk is obviously the classic Charlotte Tilbury kind of rosy tone, and then Ecstasy is a little bit more of a peachy color. This one is the shade Climax, and I've wanted this for so long. Look how pretty this color is. It's a really nude blush with the pop of a really pretty pastel pink in the middle. I have wanted this color in this blush for so long. I'm so excited to finally have it. I really wanted a blush from her that was more neutral, not so much a peach or a pink. So that's why I decided to go with this one. If you have used her blushes before, you'll probably know the whole method is to swish around the edges for the high point of your face or the high points of your cheek, and then you pop the center shade on the apples. I don't typically really do that. I just kind of mix both of them together. Tap off the excess. This is just a Flower Beauty blush brush. And just start to apply this. So pretty. It's very, very subtle, but so pretty. And it looks so pretty with that bronzer. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this too. Oh my gosh, I am pretty impressed with my makeup picking skills this time around. I'm loving all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, so I'm taking just a little bit more and sweeping it on my forehead and my nose and my chin. Look how pretty this bronzer is. And this glow happening. I'm obsessed. I love these. If you haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury blushes, they are pricey. I think they're $40. So if you can get it on a sale, I would highly recommend it. You don't have to have it. I didn't need this. I just really wanted it. But if you are looking for a new blush, I would definitely recommend one of these. I am going to quickly fill in my eyebrows. This is not anything new. This is my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I'm really trying to use this up. This pencil is almost gone. So there are the eyebrows. You guys, I am obsessed with how my complexion looks right now. I cannot get over it. I mean, I love it. I love everything about it. I love it. I cannot believe this. This might be a new, like, holy grail face combination for me. Anyway, let me grab, I guess I'm going to use the concealer for an eyeshadow primer today. I was going to use my NARS shadow primer, but since I didn't pull that over here, I think I'm just going to apply the soft matte concealer. And for the eyes today, I did not get a new eye product during the sale, but I do have something new to share with you that I did pick up a few weeks ago. I haven't used it in a video. Actually, I haven't used it at all, so I figured I would use it today. And it's one of these little baby palettes from Aether Beauty. This one is the Topaz Mini Crystal Palette. And there was another one that came out at the same time that's more cooler toned. It has a little bit more of a purple color scheme to it, but look how pretty these colors are. I just think these are my kind of tones. Golds and just bronzy colors. I just think this color scheme is so, so pretty. So I really want to use this today, but I first wanted to take a little bit of my bronzer, my Bare Minerals Faux Tan bronzer, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this to my crease just to keep that same bronze tone in my eyes, because the tones in this palette are a little bit different, but I want it to look kind of cohesive. So I'm just taking a little bit of my bronzer through my crease. Now we're going to move on to this palette. I cannot believe these colors. These are just the colors, especially for fall, that I love. Now I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I really want to use a little bit of all of these colors. Let me zoom you in a little. Okay, I zoomed you in slightly. All right, so I think I'm going to take this shade, which this is one of the most intriguing shades to me. It's a really pretty army green. And one thing about this palette is all of these shades appear to have a little bit of shimmer to them. So I'm going in with this shade, kind of the khaki green color. And I'm gonna start to apply this to the very outer part of my eye. By the way, I'm using my Marc Jacobs crease brush. I'm gonna get a little bit more and start to deepen this up just a little bit more. If you have green eyes, this color on you, so good. So I'm just keeping this in the outer V, but oh, so pretty. It almost looks a little gray on the eyes, but in the pan it definitely looks more green, but very, very pretty. Now that I've gotten that tone laid down, I am gonna go in with a little bit of this shade, which is a little bit, or it's a lot more, it's a gold, a very yellowy gold. Going in with the first brush, I used the Morphe M504, and with this, I'm just gonna start in my crease and basically just kind of blend this all the way over where we put our bronzer, and kind of use it to diffuse the green shade a little bit. Same thing on this eye. That shade is really, really pretty. It's like a true yellow gold. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this light It is a gold. It's a little bit more of a taupey kind of gold right here. It's super, super pretty. Taking this on my finger and just tapping all over my eyelid. I'm going to come back to the brown in this palette, but I'm going to take my MAC Eye Kohl pencil in the shade Costa Riche. I actually want to sharpen this pencil real quick. It's getting really, really dull. Okay, now that I have it in my waterline, I'm going to make a really thin line at my lash line. I'm getting as close as I can to my lash line. I'm opening my eye and bringing it into my inner corner too. And before I let this dry too much, I am going to go in with the dark brown in this palette and this little baby, what is this called? The definer brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to get that brown shade built up on my brush. So I'm just going over where I placed that MAC liner. Same thing on this eye. And I'm not going to take the brown on my lower lash line because I feel like that'll be too dark. But I did want to take, this is another Real Techniques brush. It's the smudger brush. And let's see. I'm going to mix the dark gold shade and the lighter gold shade and apply just a tiny bit of this under my eye. I'm using the two lighter shades because I don't want this to get too dark on the bottom. But how pretty is that? Oh, you guys, this palette, if you love these golden bronzy tones, kind of like the Urban Decay Honey palette, you would love this. So good. I have one full-size palette from Aether Beauty. I forget what the name of it is. The Summer Solstice palette, maybe. I love that one. So, so pretty. So this is my second Aether palette, but love this, especially if you have green eyes. You need this. One last thing I did want to do quickly is take a little bit more of that bronzer and fluff it into my crease again. Now I'm going to take my Surratt lash curler and curl my lashes. I was honestly thinking about buying a new one of these during the Sephora sale so I could have two, maybe one just as a backup. But when I went to add it to my cart, it was out of stock. I haven't checked in a few days, but the last time I looked, this was out of stock. I did not get a new mascara, so I'm just going to go in with what I have sitting here, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. This is actually a really good drugstore mascara. I feel like I used to think this wasn't that fantastic, but now that I've been using it again, I actually really like this one. Alright, last but not least for the lips, I did not pick up any new lip products from the sale, so I just picked out a combo I was in the mood to use. So I'm first going to use the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade 600 Anywhere Caffeine. So it's a little bit of a darker color, but I'm going to use a lighter lipstick so it'll brighten it up a little bit. So I actually have two here. I might use both because I can't really decide. They're KKW Beauty. One is nude number 3 and one is nude 0.25. These I got a few weeks ago. Ulta for one day had all the KKW 40% off because it was her 40th birthday. And I love her lip liners, and I have one of her lipsticks. I wanted to get a few different shades. So this one is nude number 3. Really pretty. And then this one is nude 2.5. So I think I'm going to take nude 3 first. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of nude 2.5 and just apply a little bit of that right in the center. And then, last but not least, I've had this for a little while. I love this. This is one of the Tower 28. I think they're called the Milk Jelly Glosses, maybe, but they are Shine On Milk Jelly Glosses, maybe. This one is in the shade Cashew, and it is the prettiest nude. For any nude lip combo, if you like a shiny, glossy look to your lips, this color, Cashew, is perfect with any lip combo I've used this with. I love it. All right, one last thing I did want to do is use one of my Hourglass powders. I actually did get this during the sale. I got a new one of these single ambient lighting powders. This is diffused light, so it's the pale yellow shade. I'm taking a little bit of this on a really big powder brush, and I'm just gonna buff over my face, which is really how I like to use this powder. I also like to use it under my eyes, but since I put the Ilia powder under there, I'm just gonna use this one on my face. I just like to use this because it just kind of melds everything together. This is always a favorite. I talk about Hourglass powders all the time, but it's because I love them. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you picked up anything during the Sephora sale. Like I said, I didn't go crazy this time, but I did want to share the things that I got with you guys. And I must say, I love how this turned out. I love everything so far that I tried. I am very impressed. I love the concealer. Oh my gosh, this may be my new holy grail concealer. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. I love the foundation. I knew I liked that already because I've tried it, but I'm so happy that I got this shade because I think this is a really good match for me. Love the blush. So, so beautiful. I love these things. Even the powder, and I'm not a huge powder person, but I love how my face does not look powdered, but I do have powder on my face. I love this. And the primer, like I said, I don't know if it keeps my makeup on. This will be the first time I've tried it. So I'll try to see what I think throughout the day with this makeup, and I'll try to remember when I upload this to leave comments on these products in the description box so you guys can kind of see my updated thoughts on them. But so far, loving them all, and I really like how my makeup applied over that primer. I don't know if it's the primer or if it's just how I prep my skin beforehand, but I'm really excited about these things. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, like I said, what you got or if you're planning to get anything from the sale. I love to know what other people are wanting to pick up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider doing so before you leave. I post new videos every Wednesday and Friday. Also, make sure you are following me over on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. I do have a new series I have started over there. I started it last Monday. Every Monday I'm posting a Minimal Makeup Monday short little IGTV video using minimal makeup products. And I'm using new products every week. It's a new video every Monday. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram. Thank you guys for being here and for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember, simply be you.